What actually happens on liquidation? Liquidator is appointed, the assets, if there are any, are realised, the creditors get paid if there's funds sufficient after the costs and expenses of liquidation to enable a distribution to be made. In addition, the conduct of the directors, where the company is insolvent and is going into insolvent liquidation, such as creditors' voluntary liquidation or compulsory liquidation, the conduct of the directors comes under scrutiny. In the case of a voluntary liquidation, the liquidator will do a report to the Insolvency Service. In the context of a compulsory liquidation, that will be considered by the official receiver, the government civil servant liquidator, who will then consider, who's employed by the Insolvency Service, to consider the conduct of the directors. Directors should be under no misconception about this. The company is insolvent. That means some creditors will have suffered loss. And that means that the conduct of the directors will be subject to investigation. It will be subject to scrutiny. And there is nothing that can or should be done about that. It's simply the consequence of commercial trading that went wrong, and that needs to be reviewed. It doesn't mean in every case that a director will be disqualified, and in fact that happens in a minority of cases. And it doesn't mean that directors will lose their houses, and it doesn't mean that there will be personal liability in relation to company debts. Those events can and sometimes do arise. Probably for the majority of cases they don't, but ultimately it has to be borne in mind that if a director has a situation where a company goes into insolvent liquidation, there will be scrutiny, there will be some investigations, and that cannot be escaped. Okay? And if somebody imagines that it can, because a particular liquidator is appointed for the sake of argument, if it transpires that the relevant requisite scrutiny has not taken place, then the creditors may very well replace the liquidator with another one, so that the relevant scrutiny does take place. In most cases that doesn't happen, obviously, because most cases, and in fact when I'm talking most cases, I'm talking at 99% or whatever, the relevant scrutiny takes place and things move on. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We're Insolvency Inside Out.